Very,
But
very close.
speaking of, explain this to me on a far less serious note. Shedeur Sanders, he made the Pro Bowl. Much Not much to brag or do about nothing. It's not that big of a deal to me. Look, Tyler Huntley made the Pro Bowl in 2023. And by the way, Tyler Huntley, when he finished that season in 2022, he only played started 4 games. He started 4 games, finished with 658 passing yards, 2 touchdowns to only 3 interceptions. And the only reason why he started because Josh Allen was injured. He couldn't go. Patrick Mahomes went to the Super Bowl. Joe Burrow probably didn't want to go because of the AFC Championship loss to Kansas City. Justin Herbert was injured. Tua Tagovailoa was injured. Lamar Jackson was injured. He didn't play in that game against Cincinnati, the playoff game, to which Michael Vick told Lamar to suit up. But RG3 said, no, 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 sit this one out. And fortunately for Lamar and Baltimore, he made the right decision because the following year, Lamar Jackson ended up winning the league MVP for the second time in his career. I think the NFL did it from a business standpoint because, again, after all, Shedeur Sanders is a household name because of being the son of Deion Sanders. A lot of people wanted to see Shedeur Sanders play. Matter of fact, wasn't his jersey at the time, champ? Correct me if I'm wrong. One of the highest selling jerseys.
Yes, indeed, it was.
Right. So my thing is, if you wanted to see somebody else start for the Pro Bowl over Shedeur Sanders, how about Cam Ward? Cam Ward showed you some flashes on why he was drafted with the number 1 overall pick. If you wanted to go with someone else that was more deserving of Shedeur, okay, fine, that's understandable. But I don't really have much of a problem with Shedeur being in because, again, it's late in the season. NFL is looking to find a way to attract their fans and attention. Shedeur Sanders, say whatever you want, is entertaining because the personality, and I do love the fact that Todd Monken, y'all Georgia Bulldogs, y'all former offensive coordinator, is now the head coach for Cleveland. I do like that for Shedeur Sanders' development. Now you got to give Shedeur Sanders some more talent to work with, as opposed to throwing the football to Jared Judy. You have Quidshawn Jenkins, you have the running game, you have Njoku. So get Shedeur some wide receivers, get yourself an offensive lineman. Now, unfortunately, how are you going to move on from Jim Schwartz? Only time will tell. But do y'all have a problem with Shedeur going to the Pro Bowl? I don't. Because Tyler Huntley, he made the Pro Bowl. And correct me if I'm wrong, Tyler Huntley, I'm just reading the stat right here. Huntley threw 2 touchdown passes this season, the fewest by far for a quarterback selected to the Pro Bowl since the 1970 merger, according to ESPN Stats and Information Research. The previous low was 6 touchdown passes by the Philadelphia Eagles' Mike Borla back in 1975. In filling for the injured Jackson for 6 games, again, Huntley passed for a total of 658 yards, which was ranked 48th in the NFL that season.
I don't have a problem with
I
it because
mean,
Joe Flacco just got named to the Super Bowl today, to the Pro Bowl today. Joe Flacco just got named to the Pro Bowl today, and he had 2,400 yards, 15 touchdowns to 10 picks, and he had a QBR of 41.1%. That was 25th in the league. It's the Pro Bowl, people. It hasn't meant anything for a very, very long time. In fact, they don't even play the game anymore. It's the Pro Bowl. Fans,
I guess you saw Sean Merriman's statement.
and it hasn't meant anything for a very, very long. And no disrespect to the great Sean Merriman, but it's not what it was before. It used to be a big honor. It still is to a lot of players, but it's not where you're considered the best of the best like you used to. And even back when the Pro Bowl was the best of the best, I've said this, not been on record, and BRF, I've said this before. I said this last week on our show. Even when the Pro Bowl meant something, people were trying to find reasons to get out of playing in the Pro Bowl. And their goal was not even to make the Pro Bowl. Their goal was to make the All Madden team. Their goal, when you was back in the day, in the 90s and even in the early 2000s before he stopped doing it, your goal was not to make Pro Bowl, not even All Pro. Your goal was to make the All Madden team, to be on the TV special at Fox, and to get that trophy, to get that jacket, and to get that call from John Madden. That was your goal. The way they looked at it, anybody can make the Pro Bowl. Anybody can make All Pro. I want to make the All Madden team. Remember when Shannon Sharp and Sterling Shaw, they both made the All Madden team? They had that little TV special, them calling each other saying, guess what? I made the All Madden team. Yeah. The Pro Bowl is not what it used to be. It used to be where you were judged strictly by your peers. Strictly by your peers. And even now, you're judged one third of your peers and coaches, one third of the fans, and one third by the media. So guess what? Shedeur made the Pro Bowl because of fans, his peers, and the media. And look, it's not what it was before. It's not what it was before. It used to be a big, huge deal. Depending on who you ask now, it still is. But it's not the deal that it used to be back in the 90s. It's not the big deal that it used to be. You don't get the Pro Bowl jerseys anymore. You don't get to see you don't get the trading cards of your favorite players at the Pro Bowl rocking their jerseys, rocking everything like that. You don't get that anymore. You don't. So for people to be making a big deal out of this than it already is, it's the Pro Bowl. Now, if they would have said he made all pro, oh hell yeah, there's some problems that we have to go to. It's some channels that we have to knock down. But it's the Pro Bowl. He was an alternate. It wasn't like he was voted to first, the second, or the third team. A lot of guys can't go, so they said, "Look, Shedeur, come on. You got the fan voting, you got the vote by your peers, you got the vote by the media. Come on, let's invite you in." And apparently Todd Monk could see something in him because the first thing he said today when he met with him, he said, "I excuse me for saying this, PSP, but I'm gonna use a little bit of profanity." He said, "I tried drafting your ass in Baltimore. You ain't want to come. I got you now." That's the first thing he said when he shook Shedeur Sanders' hand today.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently his coach sees something in it because he was the one that wanted to draft him. So look, it's not a big deal. Joe Flacco made the Pro Bowl this year. He only threw for 2,000 yards, 2,400 yards, 10 picks, and all of those are ranked 25th, 24th, 23rd, and 25th in the league. And he made the Pro Bowl. Like I said just a few seconds ago, it's all about narrative because Shedeur Sanders is a very, very polarizing figure because they don't like him and they consider him a quote unquote Nepo baby. It's going to be all of these little nuances thrown in. It's going to be all of these nuances thrown in. It's all depending on who you ask. But at the end of the day, he was an alternate at the Pro Bowl. He was not voted first, second, or third team. A lot of guys can't go. I'm pretty sure Drake May, he can't go because he has to go to the Super Bowl. And usually that's tradition. When you got to go to the Super Bowl, you don't go to the Pro Bowl. So it's not that big of a deal. I think that people are looking. It's kind of like your parents coming home and you done cleaned up the entire house and they telling you to get up and mop the rug. That's what I compare it to. I done did everything in the house. The dishes clean, the floor mopped with Pine Sol, the cabinet, the curio cabinet wiped down with Pledge. I mean, the house smelling like Fabuloso and everything. But you so hell bent on trying to raise hell about something that you want to come in here and tell me to mop that, get your ass up and mop that rug, boy. You just want to be upset that's that bad. Like he's an alternate. If the Pro Bowl list would have came out initially and he would have made the Pro Bowl, that would have been a whole nother story. And look, the same people who complain about Shedeur Sanders being a Pro Bowler are the same people who tried to vote Sophie Cunningham to the WNBA All Star game, although she averaged 2 points. So it's Pro Bowl. Let it go.
Go ahead, BRF.
I don't know. It kind of. I don't know. I was taken aback by it at first, but then when I thought about it, I'm like, you know what? I can't. Because I was like, maybe he shouldn't. Okay, they invited him. Maybe he shouldn't take it. But I'm like, because I was thinking about, the expectation that was going to be put on him going into next year. But honestly, you know what? He was an alternate. I mean, it's not like he was like voted in. It's kind of one of those things where he's probably one of the last kind of resort kind of guys. Because each league needed three, so you had to ask somebody. And I guess they figured, regardless of like if you like, okay, are you gonna ask Shedeur or are you gonna ask Cam Ward in terms of like marketing, marketing the Pro Bowl game? You're probably gonna go to Shedeur. So I mean, if I'm Shedeur, I'm not gonna not take it. So I mean, shout out to him. I mean, I'm not. Yeah, I mean, it's not that big a deal. When you really think about it, it's not that big a deal. Him making it to the Pro Bowl. So yeah, because I mean, there have been too many alternates that have made it, and you've seen their numbers, and you're just like, oh well, yeah, they definitely don't deserve to be there. They got there because they were kind of like a last resort. So yeah, I don't have a problem with it at all as far as him going to the Pro Bowl.
I'm sorry, I'm still laughing about what I said earlier. But to your point, yeah, I don't really have a problem with it. Shador Sanders, look, I hope he and Todd Monken do some good things in 2026. Um, whether you believe Shador Sanders is the guy or not, I think Shador Sanders, I think he'll be okay in the NFL level. I just want to see him succeed. And to Champ's point, Todd Monken, he wanted him in Baltimore. And Todd Monken, hey, listen, even though Mike Bobo still, I mean, there's some questions about him, BRF, but man, imagine if y'all had Todd Monken back at Georgia. Y'all may win another national championship. Who knows? Because of
Yeah,
that play calling
yeah,
and
yeah. I would have liked him. I even though I did like Gunnar Stockton and Mike Bobo's offense because I mean I just like it's the play calling and the scheme and like using the quarterback that could run. Gunnar Stockton and Todd Monken's offense definitely would have been it would have been nasty. It would have been nasty.
well, you got the most out of Stetson Bennett with that offense, and Gunnar
Yeah.
Stockton
Oh,
has much
most
more
definitely.
ability. So
Yeah.
why?
Oh, most definitely. Like that was like seeing Stetson Bennett basically going from walk on to maybe being the greatest quarterback in the history of the University of Georgia. Yeah, that's like big time. That's like big time progress and that's big time performance. And but yeah, Todd Monken, boy, like being able to watch his offense those years when he was in Athens was just like that was like art. Watching his offense, that was art. Like, and it was like just like the flawlessness, his ability to adapt to whatever defense he played. Like he wasn't scared to call anything. Like he knew what to run, and he still can. He brought that mentality to the NFL. I'm happy for him. I want to see what he does with Cleveland. I think Shador has a lot of that has a lot of the skill sets that I think that can thrive in a Todd Monken offense because I mean Todd Monken is predicated on running the ball. So you hope you have Quinshawn Judkins back healthy. You have Dylan Sampson. So you got a good 1-2 punch. I mean, it's predicated as far as the quarterback's ability to bootleg, to run, use his legs. Shadur has obviously shown very good flashes already in the league as him being able to use his legs. So I think he'll fit right in the Todd Monken scheme. Now it's on Todd Monken to not just be a play caller and be an offensive coordinator. Now it's time to like really be that leader, to be that face, to kind of show what you can do. As far as a head coach, because I mean, it's not like he hasn't been a head coach before. He's been a head coach before. He was head coach at Georgia Southern University. So he's been a head coach before, and he was okay at Georgia Southern. But now we kind of want to see him like really. You want to see him take it to the next level, having a job like this with Cleveland, and you just I hated he has to deal with that front office, but I feel like if there's any new first time coach that could come in and maybe do something with the lack of competency they have in that front office, it might be Todd Monken. But I wish them both nothing for the best. I feel like Shadeur's got a lot to offer to a Todd Monken offense. We'll just see how it goes.
Yeah, Gunnar Stockton with Todd Monken. That's kind of like Champ with Megan the Stallion.
That's a win-win situation as far as he's concerned.
Yeah, ultimate win.
Yeah,
Right,
you.
right.
Mm.